Hi, hello, this is Mike Childs with Myrtle Beach Homes and Lifestyles in Childs Real Estate. If you've lived along the Grand Strand for any length of time, you know that flooding can be a serious issue. It's an issue that's often overlooked in the official relocation guides. Flooding threat in this area is real, and you need to be keenly aware of it if you're going to be buying or selling a home in the Grand Strand area. In the past 4 years, we've experienced two 100-year flood events here along the Grand Strand. And we're talking about flooding of biblical proportions for those that were affected by these floods. So let's talk about flood zones. How do you find out if your property or a property that you're interested in is in a flood zone? I'm going to switch over to my computer now, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can determine whether a particular property is in a flood zone and possibly whether that property has been flooded before. Okay, so how do you determine if your home is in a flood zone or if the home you're interested in purchasing is in a flood zone? Well, the easiest way is to use the county's website. Now, I've already pulled up the map. This is Horry County's website. I will put the link to the website in the comments section below, so you'll have access to that. But this is a FEMA flood map for Horry County. Everything that you see in the lavender or the purple color here, these are high-risk flood zones. And you can see there's quite a bit of area in Horry County that is in a high-risk flood zone. Especially along the rivers. You have the PD rivers here, the Waccamaw River coming through here. We have the waterway right along in here, and you see some flood zones also right along the immediate coast, down around Surfside Beach and Garden City, up around Little River and Cherry Grove, and get along the waterway in Little River, as well as in the Sockasee Waterway, Waccamaw River area. There's a lot of flood zones. So this map allows you to do a lot of things that will help you determine whether the home you're looking at or the home you own is in or near flood zone. Over on the left, you have some icons. You kind of double click on the active icon and it will get rid of that legend, so you'll have a bigger view of everything. We'll bring that back up. You can click on the little mountain icon and that will give you satellite imagery, and you can just slide that slider over to go back to the road map. You can pan around to different areas, but to get some details, you're going to have to zoom in. And so you can see some street level and parcel level details on the map. Just keep zooming in by clicking on the plus button. And so now you zoom in enough, you can see the parcel lines for these various neighborhoods. You can see the building footprints. And wherever you see the purple, that's the high-risk flood zones. These maps are very accurate. I live near this particular area, and I walk down to the waterway every morning. And during Hurricane Florence, the water was exactly where this map says the water would be. So they're very, very, very accurate. Now, a couple of things that you can do. We'll go back over to our search. You can search for a particular tax map number, PIN number. If you know these information, your realtor can give that to you. You can look up an individual owner's name. If you own a property, you can type in your name. Or you can just type in an address. And I want to get one that I know has some issues. Type in an address and click a little search icon, and it'll put a flag and a pin over the property that you selected. And so you can see that this home is right in the middle of a high-risk flood area. This home was in fact flooded during Hurricane Florence. Another useful thing you can do is use the tools to do some measuring. So say you're interested in purchasing a home in this neighborhood, and you want to see how far away that home is from the flood zone. You can choose your distance measurement here, and you just click on, say you want to buy this home way over here. We'll click on that home, we'll get a little marker, and then we'll draw a line back over to the edge of the flood zone. And you can see that that's 0.7 miles. You can change that to feet. So you can get an idea how far away from the flood zone you are. And so it's important to know, number one, is a property you own or property you're interested in purchasing in a flood zone? And number two, how far away from a flood zone or a flood-prone area is that property? And you can determine that on the county's website. Another way to get some flood zone information is to go to FEMA's website. Again, I'll have that link in the comments section below. You type in an address. In this case, you'll have to put in the city as well, since this is a national map and not just restricted to the county. So what this map will pull up a basic map, and it's just telling you what map that address is on. And to find that map, you scroll back up, click on this little map image icon. It'll pull up the actual map that FEMA uses. And then you have to kind of zoom in on the area that you're interested in. Keep zooming in until you can see some detail. And again, you can see where the flood zones are. Everything that's in this blue shaded area is in a flood zone. These will generally be flood zone AE or flood zone A in some cases. You want to stay away from anything that is a flood zone A. If it has an A in front of it, it's generally a high risk flood zone. flood zone X and other zones may be a little safer. You can determine that by going to floodmaps.com and pulling up the zone classifications, and you can read the description here. Generally, zone A is anything that's subject to a 100-year flood or area that has a 1% annual chance of flooding. Things that are in zone C and X and B are generally safer, less prone to flooding. Okay, so that's how we determine whether we're in a flood zone, what that flood zone is, or how far away from a flood zone we are. If you have any questions about that, just put them in the comments section below. I'll be happy to answer them for you and provide you with some additional information. Okay, so now you know how to look up a particular property, how to determine whether it is in a flood zone, and if it's subject to potential flooding. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you found this information useful. Again, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like this video. Use the comment section below for questions or comments. We'd love to hear from you. And I hope to see you guys on the beach one day soon.